welcome back to Winner's POV. This episode is going to be out pretty late relative to all the other ones because I just failed to record a sort of cycle finale tier list episode. Kind of upset about that, but I'll try to recap the last round anyway because this was probably the most chaotic and important round of the game so far. The challenge was a sort of unscrambler where we had to pull letters out of the alphabet and then use those letters to make words. And I threw it, and I actually successfully threw it to my liking this time, where my goal was to get somewhere in the top 8 and not get immunity, because that would start a new kind of streak for this cycle and would make me a huge threat. So I successfully did that, and then I waited a long time. I think I heard the first name about 19 hours in when I woke up, and then Copper and Royal say that Theatric was throwing out Cyber and Ant's names, and I didn't like that at all because Ant has the ID, and he's an ally of mine and Mob's. At some point I'll have to do something about him because him and Mob are a very obvious duo, but I did not want him out that vote at all, not even a little bit. And Cyber was somebody that I was trying to go really far with because I had some great conversations with him the previous morning. And I basically promised him that I wouldn't let him die. I said if I heard his name, then I would act like someone was coming after my family and try to fight it. So then I pretty much immediately talked to Cyber along with Mob. And Mob wanted to vote Casnoy because Luke wanted to vote Casnoy. And Mob, Forever, and Maximo all agreed to that somewhat earlier. But it was never put out as an official vote until Mob and I talked to Cyber. So then Cyber started pushing Casnoy, and apparently at some point he told Parker, which was a huge mistake, because Parker obviously told Casnoy. And then now the cat's out of the bag, so I'm going around telling everyone that I'm thinking about voting Casnoy and that his name is out there. And then it was looking alright, and I was really trying to flip Burp because he's one of the people that I value my trust with, and I want him to know 100% where I was going, and I want him to be with me. But then German came in and started telling people that Forever said that Burp, Casnoy, and Parker were a trio. Now, I firmly believe that Forever actually did say this, but I am going around telling people that I think it's cap, because I think that's the right thing for me to do here, is to kind of make people just distrust German even more, and hopefully make people not want to go after Forever immediately. But anyway, that rumor basically completely turned Burp off from the idea of voting Casnoy. And if they weren't already a trio, which I'm pretty sure they were, if not a trio, at least very good allies, they definitely are now. So, I still thought that it would be a 10-8 vote, 10 Casnoy, 8 Cyber, because I had 9 people tell me they were voting Casnoy, and I voted Casnoy, so that should be 10 votes. Obviously, one of those people was Cyber, and he's dead now. The vote ended up being 10-8 in the other way, so Cyber went. And thankfully, I was honest with everyone. I told them all my vote, so Casnoy is, I guess, at least relatively chill with me at this point. And so are most people. But the part that is really fucking me up right now is that, so there's supposed to be 10 votes on Casnoy, 9 people other than me. Now, Cyber's dead, but obviously he voted Casnoy. And that there are 2 people that lied to me. So out of a pool of 8 people, 2 of them lied to me. I can rule out Best because Best told Casnoy he voted for him, and then I cross-referenced that with Casnoy himself. So Best voted Casnoy, so then there's a pool of 7 people. It is Mob, Luke, Maximo, Forever, Theatric, Copper, and Ant. Ant, I believe, was pushing Castnoy pretty hard. I know Mob was. Forever would have no reason not to vote Castnoy after that rumor was put out by German. And I trust Maximo enough to think that he really did vote Castnoy. And obviously Luke initially proposed the name, so I can't imagine it was him. Which would leave Copper and Theatric as the two people that lied to me. Now, both of them are just doubling down on the fact that they voted Castnoy, and they might be right. I wouldn't put it past someone like Mob to just chaotically vote with the other side and just like try to sow seeds of doubt between me and other people. But like, I guess it kind of works for me because it allows me to kind of shield my allies a bit. Like, for example, Maximo. I told Castnoy, he owned up to me and told me he voted Cyber, which he didn't at all. But, you know, if I can help Maximo out and keep him as not a target, that's great. But it still is a little bit worrisome that two people don't trust me enough to tell me the truth when I really don't care who voted who. I honestly probably feel better aligned with the Cyber voters right now than the Castnoy voters. Anyway, going forward, I probably won't be able to figure out these people, but if I can make other people as paranoid as I am, because it seems right now that most people don't care, if I can get other people to care, then this could become a bigger deal. And with me being one of the only people that my fellow contestants can actually get a read on, because I'm effectively an open book right now, besides like my allegiances, which obviously I wouldn't be open about, then I think I can become one of the most trustworthy people in everyone else's eyes, and that'll help me out a lot. Anyway, here's to the future, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, going ain't like nigga. Move out the way, please don't be a hero. Bling, blow, ooh, she no skateboard P.